All right, you heard enough. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostle of this great millstone who ruled well, who taught us his truth. And salutations to you, Akim, out there laboring in faith, doing this work in truth and sincerity. And as you can see, I just played this clip with a known bodybuilder, motivational speaker, C.T. Fletcher, you know, talking about religions that promote hate. Well, for one, the scriptures speak about hate. And throughout the scriptures, the Most High has things that he loves as well as hate. And it is also commanded in the scriptures to hate all unrighteousness, to hate wickedness. Right now, we're in a kingdom that's filled with wickedness and iniquity and all types of evil and perverseness because the hands of the wicked are in rulership. And, a lot of, the 2/3 of Jake that's within this plantation Christianity are still in their mindset of not hating your enemies or not even being aware that the Most High created enemy nations to the nation of Israel, which is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Natives. So my judgment, as far as for what he's saying, is he's speaking of that same sentiment of plantation Christianity, that it's wrong to hate your enemies when that's not so according to the scriptures. Because the Most High is a just balance. He has aspects of love as well as hate. He's also, as it says in the scriptures, a man of war. So therefore, it's said that the Most High hates. It can be proven that the Most High God hates. This is Matthew 15:7. Ye hypocrites, well did Isaiah prophesy of you, and this is Yahweh Shai speaking. This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth, and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. Why? Because our people don't know or are willfully ignorant of at this point of the true counsel of the Most High and the Son. They're ignorant of what the scriptures truly say. They are not knowing the scriptures, and therefore it causes them to stumble. Okay? Which in this time and in this setup, can cause them to be deceived and taken by the enemy, which is Esau, for their destruction. It says, but in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. Okay? Which is that plantation Christianity doctrine, which is responsible for a lot of you Israelites, especially you Israelite men, whether if you know you're Israelite or not, to be in a state of being docile, in a state of being complacent and compliant while our enemies rule over us in wickedness. Okay? And being in a place of triumph over us. Okay? But we're in the latter time now where our Lord Yahweh Shai is about to come and redeem us from the hands of our enemies. And it's also even prophesied that we're going to be, those of the elect is going to be used as an instrument to take down our oppressors, okay, with spiritual power, all guided under the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. This is Ecclesiastes 3:1. It says, "To everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace." Since these Edomites have been in rulership, it has never been a time of peace, but they have perpetuated war, one against the nation of Israel and all throughout the four corners of the earth to rule over the other nations with war and hate. Okay? And this goes to show, that the Most High appointed these things. The Most High is behind all of the wars that's fought in the earth, because the Most High controls the chess pieces. The Most High controls all spirits. Okay? And he even set up hate at the beginning. All right. This is Genesis 3:14. "And the Lord Yahweh said unto the serpent," which the serpent represents Esau at the beginning, who deceived Eve to take hold of the knowledge of good and evil. Okay. And Esau represents the serpent because the Most High created Esau to be the seed of the wicked. It says, "Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field, and upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." So the Most High set up hatred between the seed of the righteous and the seed of the wicked, because the seed of the woman is in this passage is really talking about the nation of Israel, and the enmity between the woman and the serpent represents that hatred between first Cain and Abel, which carried over into Jacob and Esau. So the Most High set up that hatred between these two nations of people. And that the Hebrew word for that word hatred is ayabah, which says enmity, hatred, okay? Hostility, okay? And Esau hated our forefather Jacob because of the birthright that the Most High had Isaac blessed Jacob with, okay? The blessing to be able to have complete dominion and rulership over the heavens and the earth, which is going to be the kingdom of heaven that was set up for the nation of Israel. Because this devil hates us because he knows that the Most High set us to be in rulership forever. But his blessing, as far as America and where he's ruling throughout the four corners of the earth, is only a temporary blessing. Okay? That's why they have this hatred and this enmity for us as a nation of people. It says, Psalms chapter 5, I'm going to start at verse 4. For thou art not a God that hath pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Who's the chief worker of iniquity? Okay. Who's who's basically controlling all the wars and turmoil that goes on in the earth beyond the scene? The elites of these Edomites. Okay. They're the chief workers of iniquity that the Most High is going to bring to destruction as far as putting them out of rulership. This is Isaiah 45:17. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So if the Most High created both light and dark, that means that both have to exist as a balance. You can't have one without the other. And the Most High, controls, both sides. This is Ecclesiastes 33:14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. All right. So the Most High created Esau to be the wicked and the chief sinner, as well as the 2/3 who follow after him. But the godly, which is the elect and the 1/3, is set against, wickedness, okay, as we're commanded to be. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. Okay, because that's a part of balance. All right. This is Amos 5:15. It says, hate the evil and love the good and establish judgment in the gate. All right, because in order to be, a righteous judge, judging after the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, you have to hate what's wicked and to love what's good, which is the commandments and precepts and what the Most High deems acceptable. Okay, while hating the things as well as individuals who are evil and who are wicked. Okay, because he's going to set us up to be judges over the nations. So it's necessary to exercise hate against evil. Okay, it says it may be that the Lord Yahweh, power of hosts, will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph. Okay, so just going into a few precepts, going into how the Most High basically set up hate, and we're in a time of hatred. We're in a time of all out war and chaos breaking out. And it's due to the hatred that Esau, who's soon to be out of power, has against us, the children of Israel. Okay. And we're in that time and season, which is war and evil and destruction. Okay. So with that, I hope this was edifying. Until next time, Shalom.